Hello, Shaky here, and welcome back to Mine Mogul. We're going to jump right into the quest here and activate this coal crusher quest. We need 1,200 crushed coal. So we can activate that quest here, and we'll just go down here, and I think we'll just crush it right here. I got the hammer now so that we can just click on it and remove stuff. And we'll take these out. Put our crusher in. So we'll let that run while we work on another mission. Let's turn that off. That's going to cause problems. Okay, while that runs, we're going to see if we can locate a place to put a gold mine. That is going to be this mission here, the Polished Gold quest. So we are going to try to see if we can find how to unlock the new areas. So we'll run back here. I think there's like a pathway back here. Let's get our lanterns out. So let's run back here. Looks like there's an area for sale back here. Costs $1,800. And you can't really tell what's in there. So let's see if we can figure this out. Do we just click on the stick here? What about this? Click on this maybe? Yeah, so let's purchase it for 1,800 bucks. And then I guess we have to blow it up. Nice. Lots of gold. And let's grab our lanterns again. Nice. So what we got back here? Wow, this looks interesting. We're going to have to unlock some scaffolding, I think. Another sale for area over here. So that's 2,400. Some stuff back here. So we got a miner up there. These look like copper. So it's half copper, half coal. This is mostly copper. That's all there is back here. There's probably a secret area down here, I think. Doesn't look like we can get through there though. So I guess let's buy this one. Purchase that and blow it up. Nice, where does that go? Well, that just goes back into the main area. That was kind of a waste. So I don't see any gold mines back there though. We got 2 miners back there. And maybe we have some up high here. Looks like there's something up there. Some scaffolding. We're going to have to buy some scaffolding and get it up there. I will come back to this. So there's another area over here. This is 2,500. Buy this one. Nice. Got some nice water in here. These look like gold mines. Yeah, so that's gold ore right there. This is probably gold over here. These are the new miners. We can't put one there. That's a heavy miner. We'll have to see how that works once we unlock that feature. Our gold mine over here. And this is 2,500 bucks. Oh, we'll do it. Why not? Nice. We got back in here. Oh, so this is probably where we've been before, right? Yeah, I got lights down there, so I must have been here before. Alright, so we gotta get these gold mines back to the main area somehow. Okay, I think what we're gonna do is just put some gold mines down here, run a conveyor belt up the hill here, and we'll come out here and do like a little smelting operation out here, get this all cleaned up, and then we'll just run the ingots over to the factory floor over there. So let's start with that and see. We'll put down one miner and just start running the belt and see how it works out. We'll start down here. This is mostly gold, 99% gold. We'll do that, and then we'll turn this one off right away so we don't have a big mess to clean up. Alright, we're just going to do one smelter up here for now. We'll see if that can handle all these miners. If not, we'll have to redo the setup. But for now, we're just going to do one. So let's grab a sorter here first, and we'll send the coal off, or we'll send the gold off back down here. And that way the rest of it can be filtered out down here and just sent on its way. Yeah, so it's kind of a funky layout back here. How do we do this? Let's try bringing this out one more maybe. And see if we can put like a slope up here maybe. And maybe a turn. Get a turn in there? No. Still can't get a turn in there. Goes into the wall there, so let's just do some turns. Okay, this is probably just a temporary solution. We're going to just get the map opened up and see what we're dealing with, and then we will rearrange stuff from there. So for now, we'll just put this all on one belt and bring it back to the base. Okay, I think for now we're just going to run a ramp down here. That seems to make the most sense. Nice, that'll bring it down here, and then we can kind of sort it over here, so we'll probably have to put like a sort off the gold ingots maybe. What's all coming through here? Probably gold ingots, coal, and gems. Nice, and now we can just throw a piece of coal in here and it'll sort the coal off this way. Nice. Turn this one on. Turn this one on. And turn that one on. So gold should get filtered at the top. There's our first gold ingot, and it'll go down to the polishing machine and get delivered to the hub. Next up on the quest menu is the red gem mission here. We need to unlock the shaker table. Activate that quest and we'll go to research here. So here's the shaker table, and it costs 200 bucks. One research ticket, and it basically, if you feed it coal ore, it gives you rubies, and if you feed it crushed coal, it gives you diamonds. That's new in the update. Lock that research. Let's go grab a shaker table. Alright, for now we're just going to take this out. And we'll put in the shaker table. So it looks like it's going to take some time to get us some rubies. We should probably sort off the crushed coal, because I believe that's probably going to mess up the, if we feed it crushed coal and regular coal, it's probably going to get confused and not give us anything. Let's see if we can put a second shaker table in here and just suddenly put another sorter in here. And then we'll grab the crushed coal out of here. Move it into there. So that should give us rubies and diamonds. Pretty nice. Alright, the next quest, we got some polished gems here. We need to polish rubies, emeralds, and diamonds. Activate that quest, and we'll activate this. This one's already active. Alright, since all the ores come in here, we're just going to move the iron ore down to here. This is going to make a mess. That there. Grab the iron. The iron coming out this way. We'll just put a belt in here for now. That in there. What is beeping? That means something's not working. Oh, this polisher is not working. Oh, that's because I'm sending all sorts of stuff through it right now. That's fine. We'll deal with that in a minute. So let's just revise this a little bit. Let's go ahead and put the curve in here. The ramp up here. Grab our crusher. So we'll grab our crusher, put it in over here. We'll go ahead and turn it, ramp it back up. Put it into our smelter. And then we need to put it into a rolling mill, which I believe I bought right here. And we'll just do that for now. And have we unlocked the roller belts yet? We have not unlocked the roller belts yet. How much do those cost? They cost 1 ticket. Let's grab them. Buy a couple of them. Those are falling through the floor. Alright, we'll come off here on one of these roller conveyors into the plate machine, and then we'll just turn this and put it in the pit. Okay, that's plates up and running for now. We need to rework this area a little bit because we need copper plates, and we need to redo our copper or our ruby setup because it's not working very well. So I've turned off all the auto miners. Just by hitting escape, you can turn off all auto miners. That'll make it so we don't have too many piles of junk laying around. We're just going to come through and basically, I think we're going to clear everything out right now. Doesn't work here. So the thing we're going to do is we're going to move one of these sorters here. We're going to send the coal and crushed coal down here. We'll put in another sorter over here. This will send just the coal down. So we'll just send the coal down here. We'll put it up some ramps into the shaker table. Right from here we'll grab another conveyor, put down here, we'll put it into another sorter. Rotate that around like that. And if it's a ruby, we'll let it'll come through. If it's a piece of crushed coal, we'll send it back out down the line here. We'll send it back down this way. We'll send that onto a ledge, and then we'll wrap it back around. We'll put it into another shaker table, and this will take crushed coal and turn it into diamonds. And then we can take that one down here. That can join in with this one. And then we'll just run this down here. Then we'll just run this to the pit and put in a polisher right there. And now it'll polish rubies and diamonds that come out of there. And we just gotta find a piece of crushed coal and stick it in that basket there. And for the copper down here, we'll do something similar. We're going to put in that. We're going to take this out. Copper in here. Actually, we're going to do gold in here. Yeah, so I just got to get two setups over here. One making copper ingots, one making gold ingots. Alright, so we have copper and gold coming through here. I think we're going to do two different setups. One making copper plates, one making gold plates. Because I believe we need gold plates for the next mission. So let's do copper first. Let's just stick a ramp in here. Come up to here. We'll put that into a crusher. We'll wrap it back around. Back up to my ramps. Into a smelter. That'll basically come out down this way. We're going to put some roller belts in here. Going this way into a plate maker. And then we'll send that into the pit. So we'll need to grab these guys here, the rollers. And we'll turn them this way. And we'll just run them back into the pit. We'll basically do the same thing for gold here. Basically, if it comes down this way, it must be gold. So I think we'll just go right into a ramp here, into a crusher. We'll come out one, turn it again, up to my ramps, into a smelter, and right into a plate maker. and off down the line here into the pit. Okay, let's turn back on the auto miners. And basically we have a line coming down this. All the ore is getting sent down this line over here. It basically comes in here. If it's iron, it gets sorted off this way and gets made into iron plates. And basically it comes down here. If it's coal or crushed coal, it goes down this line and gets turned into. If it's regular coal, it goes up the first belt and it gets turned into rubies. If it's crushed coal, it goes to the second belt and hopefully gets turned into a diamond. And then it basically comes down here. This is going to be the copper line here. If it's copper, it gets sent off this way, gets crushed, smelted, and turned into a plate. And this one is going to be for gold. Once we find some gold ingots or gold ore, it'll be gold ingots actually. Yeah, we're already turning it into ingots back there, so we can take all this out. And we can just basically send it down into the plate maker and then off to the pit. I start to send gold ingots off the back here. They'll get turned into plates. And I don't know, can we activate that mission yet? Or I'm a little ahead of myself. So we gotta finish the copper plates before we can get to the gold plates. And they need to be polished. But we'll polish them in a minute. Alright, next up on the quest list, we have the casting furnace and the rod extruder. The rod extruder was in the last version of the game. The casting furnace is a new machine for this update. So we're gonna check that out. Head over there and buy one. This, I believe, makes steel, but it takes 2 ingredients. So that's gonna be interesting. So hit the machines, let's buy the rod extruder, and we'll buy the casting furnace. And we might as well buy the input ingot casting mold. I don't know what that's for. Buy it. So we have it. That cost 40 grand. Wow, that's more than half our money. So let's go put one down and see what it looks like. Whoa, it is huge. It's kind of a weird shape too, right? I guess not. So yeah, it's a big rectangle here, and looks like we got 3 different inputs. How do you tell what's what? More coal required for steel. So let's get some stuff hooked up to this and see. I think we need iron and coal. I believe we have a iron mine here and a coal mine here. Turn these off. Let me get a belt run over there with some sorters so that we can sort the coal from the iron, and let's just see what we can come up with. Okay, the way this thing works is pretty cool. So it basically takes coal in the side over here, and you have to deliver it at a certain rate to be able to make it work. Like it says sufficient coal for steel here. Like if you're not delivering it fast enough, it'll say not enough coal for steel. So you have to deliver it at a certain rate to get it. You can see the arrow here is all the way in the green. It's actually too high, so we might be delivering too much coal, but we'll see. And then the iron goes up the side here and into the top. Turns into molten iron here, and then it has some molds down here, which is pretty cool. It has 3 different molds, so you can actually make 3 different things. Right now we just have the ingot mold on us, so we're just going to do that one. And we just slap it in there. So it's going to make 1 steel ingot here, and the rest is going to be just junk because we didn't get the mold there in time. So it looks like a steel ingot, and I have 2 more molds on me. They don't stack apparently. Kind of like the drill bits don't stack either. Nice, that's pretty cool. So later on we unlock like gears, so you can have 1 make ingots and make 2 make gears. That's pretty cool. Alright, back to the quest menu here. We have the master plates available. We'll activate that. That's just a whole bunch of plates basically, including steel plates, which we'll have to do after we get the steel ingots done. And then we'll go buy the copper rod thing so we can get that mission going as well. That is going to be the rod extruder. Rod extruder for 6,000. We'll buy that. Purchase that, and we will get it on the copper ones. We also need copper plates though too, so we're gonna have to start picking and choosing here. So we're gonna hold off on the rod extruder for now. We're gonna try to get the plate mission done. We might want to consider redoing our factory floor, but like I'm trying to unlock the rest of the stuff before we do that, so that we can build a nice setup for our final base. And we'll try to speed this along. We'll probably get more iron being delivered here. Yep, so that's steel plates. So we need 200 of those. Alright, so I think we're going to see if we can get more iron delivered to this thing to speed it along. It is the slowest thing right now. So we got a whole bunch of mines over here. I believe these are some iron mines. That's an iron mine. And we have one down here. It's half iron, we'll take it. And we have some up top here too. So there's 2 mines back here. These are both iron. And there's one over here, which is also iron and coal. So we are going to run some belts and get that hooked up. Alright, that's good. Let's turn these on. And we'll head up top and hook those up as well. And we can turn these on now. See if we can overwhelm that steel thing. See if we can overwhelm the steel maker. It's just going to come down here, drop on this belt here, and it's going to go over here and over to the steel maker. Alright, that's 3 additional miners hooked up. We got a decent stream of iron coming in, so we'll just let that go. Let those finish up for the last 20 plates that we need. And we'll go over to the copper plates. They're done already. So let's just move this machine out of the way for now. And let's put in the rod maker. Guess that just barely fits in there. Should be good for now. Alright, next up on the missions is steel gears. We need to buy the mold for that. So that's in the computer here. We can just grab the mold. I don't know, it's I think 1,800 bucks. Ingot casting mold. Where is the gear? Gear casting mold right here. 1,800 bucks. We need 3 of them. Purchase that. Come over here and grab them. This really opens up a lot of possibilities for the game. You get all sorts of parts you need to make. We can come over here and we can just eject the buttons here by hitting F on this. We'll eject mold 1. We gotta run down and grab it though so it doesn't disappear on us. In case we need it for the next one. Nice, and now we can just grab these and put them in the gear ones here. That should make the gears in no time. This is going to clog up now. We have to get rid of this anyway because this is a plate maker. That should do the gears in no time. We only need 40 of them. And copper rods are halfway there already. Alright, next up we have the iron rods needed. We're already making copper rods. We need to make iron rods for this one. That's pretty simple. We can just come over here. I don't know what this is. I found this in the mine somewhere. It's probably a geode, I think. I don't know what we do with it. Put it over here for now. So let's take this out and put in a rod maker. Nice, I'll make the rods to get that done. Alright, we're just about done with the copper rods. I think that's where we're going to end this episode. We'll take a look at the copper gears next episode, as well as some of the geodes, and probably see if we can even get it up to the threading next episode. And that should get us pretty close to where we can start building our final factory, because this stuff is going to take a lot of different items. So yeah, look forward to seeing you then. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.